Located northeast of Namibia is a region with a giant landscape, wildlife watch spots, game drives, and the mighty Zambezi River. The region is home to over 90,000 inhabitants, namely Hambukushu, Mafwe, Subia, Totela, Iyei, Kwe, and Mbalangwe from the 7 ethnic tribes within the region. 8 constituencies, namely Kabe North, Kabe South, Katima Rural, Katima Urban, Sibinda, Linyanti, Judelia Boloma, and Kongola. Zambezi is a gateway to multiple SADC countries. The greatest keys to success, education is also known as a weapon that is able to shape the world. Namibia is one of the few countries in Africa that provides free education, with infrastructure development as a key priority.
I developed the kindergarten for my community in Namshasha area for the sake of developing and educating my community. And the kindergarten, it was been opened 2015, which is operational by now, which is currently it's having 35 kids and 8 listeners. So Namshasha, it is embarking to have a goal of high education in the region, particularly in the Boloma constituency and Namibia at large. So I received a sponsorship from Regional Council, that is 2021 financial year, where I got 46,000, where I developed this building which I'm teaching kids in by now. And that time I was teaching in this building which is not on a standard, even though the one I'm having also is not on a standard, but at least it's a shady for the kids. When rains comes, the kids, they are comfortable a bit. So I'm calling for all Namibians, businessmen, government, at least to contribute more for us so that we should have a permanent building or a shelter where kids, they can get a hygienic environment, a nice class where they can attend classes.
To ensure that no one is left out, the government established various schools in rural areas. For the past 5 years, the Zambezi region has seen an increase in the construction of education infrastructure. The increase in hostels means that learners who often had to walk for hours to attend school now have the opportunity to stay closer to their classrooms. Accommodation facilities like the Luhonono Hostel, Liselo Ndoro Memorial Hostel, and Masokotwane Hostel were inaugurated in 2024.
In the Directorate of Education in the Zambezi region, we have noted significant progress in terms of infrastructure development with regard to schools and other facilities in the region. I'm happy to report that we have a number of projects that are completed. So I want to mention Shukmansbeck Hostel facility. It's a hostel facility that was added to an existing school, a Shukmansbeck Combined School. It includes a hostel facility for both boys and girls, and a dining hall, kitchen, and service area for the matrons. In addition to that, within the Zambezi region also, we have another hostel facility similar to the Shukmansbeck hostel facility, which is in Ndoro Memorial. It's a hostel facility also that has the several components of a dining hall, kitchen facility, sick bay, and ablution facilities for the learners, both boys and girls. Also, in addition to that, we have additional 2 hostels that were constructed. one at Liselo Combined School, which has the following components. It's a hostel component that has both boys and girls, a dining hall, a kitchen, a computer lab, and additional classes that were added to an existing school. And Masokotwani Combined School also has a hostel facility that will accommodate both boys and girls, a science laboratory, additional classrooms, kitchen, and multipurpose hall. These are the areas in terms of hostel provision, so that we are able to accommodate learners to reduce unfavorable living condition and also avoiding walking long distances to school. Within the region, we have new schools that were constructed under the period under review, which we have Tobias Hainyeko. It's a full-fledged school that is currently accommodating more than 1,000 learners. And we have Alufea Sampofu Primary School in the town of Katima Mulilo, which also accommodate above 1,000 learners. So we have a number of classrooms that were provided there at the two schools. And in addition to that, we have a Choto Primary School, one of the school that is very close to an informal settlement, which we just recently inaugurated. It's accommodating around more than 600 learners. So these are some of the facilities that we have. Apart from our school facilities, we have a community learning and development center at Ngoma settlement. It's a state-of-the-art facility that is in a rural area. So this facility is completed and it's ready for utilization. So it will be inaugurated very soon. So the public and the general community can utilize this facility in Zambezi region. So in terms of infrastructure, I think we have noted that significant progress in the region, and we are very happy with what we have received so far. But we still, I think the demand is more, but we are very happy where we are currently in terms of provision of those state-of-the-art facilities that we have received. We have within the directorate a number of projects that we have planned. I think as we move forward, this project as they are being realized, I think we shall be reporting back to the nation on how this is reducing our backlog in terms of our infrastructure provision.
When it comes to access to health facilities, some residents living in the rural areas still have to travel many kilometers for medical care. Life has changed for communities living in areas such as Malengalenga and Linyanti. Residents now have access to medical services after health facilities were brought closer to their homes.
We look at the Ministry of Health. This is where we have a bit of the problem, a challenge about our district hospital, Katima Mulilo District Hospital. We need this hospital to be an intermediate hospital. There are referrals from these district hospitals to Rondo, Katima Mulilo, Oshakati, Windhoek. So some of the patients who are transferred or referred to those institutions, they don't reach there. They die on the road, or they die immediately they arrive. This is not that maybe they died of diseases, but they died of exhaustion. So we really need an intermediate hospital so that our health centers like Impalila, Bukalo, Sangwali, Sibinda could become district hospitals so that patients do not come all the way from all constituents to Katima Mulilo. The hospital is really congested. So if we can have health centers in the district hospital where we have doctors, it will relieve the pressure on Katima Mulilo Hospital. We have also new clinics that are Kaenda, Lenyanti, and Malengalenga. These are new clinics extended so very well that they can easily become health centers also. They have a maternity ward and mortuary, and the one also for Impalila and the Luhonono. They were expanded so that they accommodate many people. All the things that we need are doctors in those health centers and bigger clinics.
There is one particular trait often experienced in every remote area of Namibia: the lack of network coverage. Without any cell phone reception, many Namibians feel left out from the rest of the world. The government has, however, managed to build network towers in areas such as Itomba, Ibu, Mutikitila, Ikumwe, and Impalila Island. Residents are now able to have access to internet services, among many other benefits.
We are looking at communication. Communication is very important in the sense that people, they need to communicate with families, and also the institutions, the schools to communicate with their headquarters, the clinics to communicate with the main hospital in case they need ambulances or doctors to rush there and all these things. So we need this communication. We have towers, MTC towers in the region, in Impalila, Luhonono, Mbalasinte, Itomba, Mukusi, Bukalo, Sikanjabuka, Ibu, and here in town we have many towers. Then we have one at Mafuta, then one at Masokotwani, Chinchimani, Kapani, Bilajwe, Sangwali, Lenshulu, Lizauli, Kongola, Izwi, Masambo, Cheto, Sibinda. All these communication towers are working. We say thank you to MTC and the other institutions dealing with the ICT. We have only a challenge with internet, more especially internet provider in this region is Telecom. So many schools and other institutions are not yet connected to the fiber. So we are looking forward to that they improve on communication networks, more especially internet.
The Zambezi region borders 4 African countries: Zambia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, and Angola. The region is considered a gateway to these neighboring countries, with cross-border activities becoming more popular as the years progress. In November 2024, the Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security inaugurated immigration offices and staff accommodations at Impalila Island and Kasika, constructed at a cost of $2.4 million. These facilities aim to facilitate smoother tourist movement within the Kavango-Zambezi Transfrontier Conservation Area. Significant progress has been made on a new Home Affairs office in Katima Mulilo. This building will house departments responsible for civil registration and immigration, with completion expected within an 18-month time frame.
Bwene kuinatu immigration hanu ichichirimo chirimo chama na baba pangika immigration hakuwekeza tuma barracks kunu kazubo kabena immigration then ni ma office abena immigration hapa ni kuirizo kuna kumachenje kuti chimukaluta muya kwa Zambia kumachenje kwa Savelo side kuina chivaka haba hewa hena ka immigration nako nimweta kulala ozo yochita yosebeza mwateni then kuiza kuti bakuluta abantu kakulihana kuba kuhitwanga hulu illegally kana kuvena safe hano hechi batanga kuluta kakuseberiswe maboti kufita kuti ukuseberiswa mato tusiri tumera hape tuina ni chijeti ichi munda chiwatia bachembere betu kabasichi zinaza kutakuti hesikuzubukira omenzi bakuzubukira hachijeti aha batanta handende beza bazubuka nikuiza kuichira mu moto.
In addition to this, the ministry has also constructed and inaugurated police stations and substations at Kamenga and Kalimbeza, including Impalila Island and Kasika, which also constructed and inaugurated immigration offices and staff accommodation, and a new charge office currently under construction in Katima Mulilo. Since December 2023, visitors entering Namibia through the Katima Mulilo, Ngoma and Impalila border posts can obtain visas upon arrival. This policy streamlines entry for tourists, excluding those seeking employment who must secure permits in advance. In addition to creating easy movement between Namibia and Botswana, the use of ID cards, in addition to passports, was introduced. Furthermore, multiple borders between the two countries were placed on a 24-hour service. Between February and July 2024, the ministry conducted a nationwide registration drive for national identity documents. The Zambezi region saw 3,082 registrations, the second highest among all regions. Tourism is one of the major sectors in the region. The Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism is actively engaged in promoting tourism and conservation in the Zambezi region, focusing on biodiversity conservation and sustainable utilization of natural resources to maximize social and economic benefits for Namibian citizens.
We have tourism also in the region, which is working very well. We have the Regional Tourism Forum here in Zambezi, which is chaired by the governor. We have identified many challenges since COVID in 2019. But from 2021, 2022, the tourism is picking up. Mostly their challenges are network, and we might lose customers here or tourists coming to our region because of network. Because tourists, they need to communicate with their countries of origin, their families, and all these things. And also the uni visa for the tourists when they come here. In CASA countries, that is Angola, Botswana, Namibia, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. These tourists, they come easily in those four countries, but here in Namibia, we still have a problem of visa, and they have to pay for that visa. In these four countries, visa for tourists is free. We hope that the Minister of Home Affairs and the Minister of Environment, Forest and Tourism will work on that so that we speed up enhancing the tourism industry in the region.
Provide a few activities for tourism. We get into the rivers, we do boat cruises, we do some conferences around here and so forth. But what I want to say is that over the past 4 years, we have grown. We were established around the COVID time, which wasn't very good for us because we had to suffer a little bit. The investment that went into the establishment of the facility could not be realized as soon as it was finished because of COVID, the restrictions that were taking place around about that time. So we managed as an establishment, even during our establishing, this place, we managed to create quite a few employment opportunities for the locals, even for people that came from Windhoek, because some of the things could only be done by people that came from Windhoek. Like, say, for example, building the pool, we had to seek expertise from outside of this region. But we have employed, during our construction, we employed carpenters, we employed builders, we've employed plumbers, and just general workers, and the local economy benefited from the establishment of this place, I would say. Currently, we are employing a few people. We have at least 8 permanent staff members. But also, we do have those that come on short-term basis, depending on the work load that we have. We usually bring in a few people that come to work. We're thankful for the Namibian government for the opportunity to be a catalyst, really, in business promotion, because we benefit from the conducive environment that exists in the region, in the country at large, because we can only manage to conduct business, really, in the right atmosphere.
Namibia has been working on improving the road infrastructure in these parts of the country, and for the past 4 years, roads were constructed in areas such as Impalila Island, Masida, Makisa, the gravel road at Sacho Nakatline, Luhonono Road, and the government has now commenced with the construction of the Nakabolelwa Mbalasinte Kasika Road, and the long overdue road of Muyako Ngoma Road has been approved and will soon be constructed and upgraded to low bitumen seal.
The other area we would look at, also looking at connectivity, and this is physical connectivity, where we have various areas connecting to each other, which has always been a challenge. For our region, we have had cases where if you're moving to one particular point or area, you have to go through quite a big area. However, through the Roads Master Plan under Roads Authority and also with the Ministry of Works and Transport, we are surely getting there in terms of ensuring that our physical roads are upgraded, our physical roads are also proclaimed and established. Right now, in the last 5 years, we have started with various projects, one of them being Makanga Masida gravel road, which we have been also, it has been confirmed that it will also be upgraded to bitumen standard. We have Nakabolelwa, Balasinte, and Kasika roads, which have recently commenced. And we also have the recent road, which was long outstanding, which is the Bukalo, Muyako, Ngoma road, which also has are all ongoing projects which need to be finalized, hopefully in the course of the next 2 to 3 years. These are critical projects which have been in the master plan and which are to be completed as defined in the road master plan for Zambezi region.
Ilitumera kumuso zimwe zintu zichuba tupangiri tuina mukwakwa hanu muchituyenda tuba kunyanda hana mazuba tuba kuchita kuti imvula haisoka sina inona kwa kuti muisokere mvula haisoke mvula kubanida kalingiringi kola kubani mbota ina bule nanga achipatire bakola uti kuyenda kwa tenika paeloji hakati kati ola kunjomba mukuli wizosika kasi woli nanga tikusiriki wa hesi kumpangari fe kuchipatira kwa ngweze yukuta kuti hanu umu kwa ubakoli sina utuhubiseza ubatuhubiseze hanu hatusikafera hajeti hanu tuiza tuwana tutaksi tuichirani kuya kumala pamane kwina nturodi tunini tusiyenda ni hamizi yetu kusirere zaline edaka idaka ni bwene kutika tusiku ina kuliri kumukwa kwa tulitumere luli kumuso kuti ukweto panga musebezi mukanda utuhukwile na hatwina mcholi.
The government seeks to ensure that the people of Zambezi connect with various places within the region and the entire Namibia. Despite the many improvements in the region, access to electricity still remains a challenge for the many communities living in rural areas. Having electricity means that locals will have access to various forms of technology. Students and learners will be able to study more efficiently, and households would have other means of preparing foods instead of relying on firewood, which can negatively impact the environment. The government, through its capital projects, brought power to many rural areas. Places such as Impalila, Kasika, Ivilivinzi, Kwena, Mutiktila, Ibu, and other schools such as Nankuntwe Primary and Masambo Primary have now been electrified.
Twina ni malaiti hape nao tubahewa tulitumere kumuso kaba tuzibere ni haike malaiti ao mumizimu mwena mumwe mizi kaini kuwanika mateni tusikumbira muso kuti mwe chinu chirimo chibawana kasherenga abo kabawananga mwendini batuhupula kwa teni hape batubikire kwa teni kwa bana batahere malaiti nao bawane kusina ni radio hape nayo ana mazuba tubakunyanda kwi radio tubakuchita kutinzi biso kuziteka hesa bokena mwangweze kapa kuchitenchi tikwenuke kututeke inzi biso hesi kuhinde area almwendi kutte kusumina ntambo kukasumina kwisamu njola kuzua kuti i radio ewamba kono kukakatiza fera chole kuzua chilimo cha mana tulitumere ni kwi radio kakwina chitu sazui zonse zintu kapa malaiti kakwina kapa zinzi kazikwina radio hamwe ya ulairira fera handendende tulitekere njikuti tulitumera muso ukweto tupangira zintu zingi ni hatuina buti tuzimbulukitwe menzi kono batuhupwire muzintu zingi chibatuzitupangira mitulitumera kubali.
Zambezi region is well known as Sizumasalicho. In the local language, it means food basket of Namibia. This part of Namibia is blessed with fertile land and an abundance of water. In an effort to increase agricultural activities in the region, government under the Constituency Development Fund came up with rural projects to empower the locals. These horticulture projects target various types of farmers, and the idea is to encourage locals to become self-sufficient in the food production sector, ultimately boosting the country's economy. This is the Mango Volozi project, situated in Singalamwe village, Kongola constituency. This orchard is about 150 kilometers. It is one of the largest fruit farming initiatives in the region, producing bananas and mangoes. Simon Kalicious is the brainchild behind the creation.
This is the project name is Mango Volozi Trading CC. We started this project in 2015. Now the aim of this project is to plant trees for fruit production. Now we started with mangoes. Currently we have up to 4,000 mangoes. And as you can see, we also have 2,100 plants of bananas. Now, these all, we are still increasing. We have 100 hectares of land. We have put almost 6 hectares at use. And yearly we are progressing to plant. Now, we are here at Singalamwe. We are from Kongola constituency, Singalamwe area. Indeed, the community has been so supportive because they come and assist us with labor. Now, much challenges that we face is animals. You have to have a strong fence. You have to have the security, which sometimes animals cannot adhere to. Now, those challenges are always being overcome if you are serious on the site. This project, we were thinking of to add value. That is the way forward for it.
That means once we produce, we have to add value at the site, and we lack such kind of funds. The regional council, the government has been coming in on projects like subsidizing for water pumps and subsidizing other materials which we were given a water tank. And we also got some assistance from NAB, Namibia Agronomic Board, where they were looking for who is going to assist or who is willing to plant bananas. The Namibia Agronomic Board, they gave us 2,100 plants of bananas, which is now, this one stands as a trial site. Now, the Mango Volusi Trading Sis, couldn't afford to buy all these seedlings. So Namibia Agronomic Board came on board. When we tested the soil, we saw it fit that it can be tried. Now, that is some of the assistance that we have been getting in our way while this project has been running.
Some locals have also been bitten by the horticulture bug. Songas Masiku, one of the local farmers in Kabe North in the Lusese area, has taken a strong interest in growing the local economy through crop farming. He talks about the beauty and the difficulties of farming different crops.
Juta tutupangaza kuvyala za horticulture. Tuvyala va tomato, tuvyala va cabbages, onions, a lot of them. Njukutauti tuvawani tentuso. Kwi constituency office ya Kabe South, whereby tuvahewa 50,000. Kono 50,000 kaneva to see that much. Kono mwe 50,000 tuvaoli kupanga manage kuulirwe tanka ni stand yayo ni zimwe zikola zinini zikola ovuyingolovani. Njukutauti sinatwa wamba kuti kaneva tutuse ahulo. Kono entuswa aidha wani kikono sikatukumbira kumunso wetu kapa kuma councillors vetu. Kuti kamba chintu chioleka. Nivavaliki kuti vanyamune kutupene twavo tuvatusanga kuti valole mwendi ma project akolo bwatangite kale. Kuti kambe chintu chioleka hava hai project yonke 200,000. Kama niti tusepisa kuti hoyu waneyo kuvusukuna nitwatanga kuinjiza vanche vetu misevezi kuti nao vakuli hazikizaho. Tuina mwi conservancy ya Lusese. So i fence yetu every now and then ipangiwa vanzovu venjira mu garden yetu. So tuine challenge ya zizuni. Kusina nivusa mukatu moka mwane kuti vana zwa kuminzi vana kapa vakavuyenda vana mazwa hole. Vakavuhita njikutauti venjira mu garden yetu chitupumwire kapena kwa ya masiku. Vachera zivasaka. So imwe challenge itu wana hulu mwa Zambezi region. Challenge ya kutakuti zintu zituvyala zikolo va tomato, va onion, especially tomato. Kama mwane kuti ziluta kumalizwa kolovu kwa Zambezi, zizwa mwa Zambia. So iswe tuma local farmers hatuzwa kunu nizitwa kutula ovu va tomato ni va onion ukasika kuitao. Tukava wana ma street ma vendors vana vaula kale kwezina ziziza masiku. So iswe tuiza during the day ukavola fera nizintu zako kapamane zikweze kuvolera.
Our farmers are fully trained, not only in terms of how they farm, but also how they add value to the produce they have. We have quite had a number of trainings which have going on for value addition. And we are hoping that going forward, we will have funding to ensure that these farmers, with the training they have received, they will be able to sell some of these products after having added value to what they have produced. In terms of agriculture, we should also confirm that government has also seen an increase in terms of uptake for our resident farmers, for the services being provided in agriculture, in terms of utilizing the plowing services. Our tractor services have been able to provide these services to our communities, and also where we have actual manual plowing, which is done by our citizens. However, we'd like to encourage additional farmers to come in, because we are still seeing very few farmers coming in and very few residents participating in some of these subsidy programs which are available and which will assist us to grow our farm produce.
It's no secret that Namibia has a high unemployment rate, and the Zambezi region is no different. This has forced some people to create their own jobs. This is Mwili Mambanga. He took the initiative to open his own welding company called Mujas Weld and Fix.
Zinipanga hani panga mimbeta inta fle my bryce tendi mane nukupangira vantu mabeule masavule kwa kwenga ni tusta hulu chava kuno kwambala sinte mane hambala sinta chikole chetu nivezi kupanga kuhe offer ne vapangiri I tank stand cheap price ni yanga outside hamwini ya ukasika nikapanga matenders hamwini ya mwi town. Like last year nivena mwitown mwakati mamulilo nivaga kuzaka imwinzuvo, so nivavole last week hanu jinsa kutango operate he workshop aha.
It is here in Balasinte, Kabe South constituency, where Mbanga repairs and manufactures various metal-related products.
Kapa nikwa wale kai workshop yangu eteni ava hande nsa kupanga employ nanga vantu vovere kuzwisa vamwe vantu mwa poverty. Kakuti ungatava vantu kuno kutwina vamwe vava mani skolo but imisebenzi kakwina, so at least chiwine workshop upanga employ vamwe vantu akosinanjava na vene sell. So nji yangu kapa nji plan yangu kapa way forward. So I problem inkando mashereng niva hele fund kwi regional council niva wodise zimwizi into special mission chwale I problem fund vachei baba ni hele fa mission kono kena niva wante material ya kapa ishereng limu ya kutangisa kutu wana muntu at least umuhaha tena. So kapa ni kwa wale kanisa kentu so samwe kanisi kuno wakiwana ili kuli ni pange nikuze I workshop yangu.
They say water is life, and the Zambezi River has a lot of it. But there are still some communities living inland who do not have access to drinkable water. Government has been making efforts by bringing this life source closer to the local inhabitants by drilling boreholes. Villages such as Sifuha, Tuvazumbe, Mutiktila, Karikela in 34 miles, Bwabwata and Masambo are just but some of the places where both humans and livestock have access to clean water.
Ministry of Agriculture, we have the rural water supply, where people need water, as we know that water is life. Yeah, the rural water supply component of the Ministry of Agriculture are doing their best by drilling boreholes in all areas, in all constituencies, so that our people can have water. Water is very scarce in some areas. We are talking about the rivers in the Zambezi region, but not all places are close to the rivers. There are places which are very far from the rivers, and they need boreholes. These boreholes, they have been drilled in most of the constituencies. Some boreholes yield very good water, good for consumption, but in some areas the water is alkaline. It's not good for human consumption. It's only for animals, livestock. So we are still continuing to drill more boreholes so that we put also pipelines from the borehole to the nearest villages so that every household can have potable water just at the doorstep.
Tulitumere kumuso obezi kuvike itanga. Ni haikenge habeza babika. Imeni bana bangu chitwina kale matanka hamunzi. Kono nchitwalitumera ina hambali yenzubo yangu. Kono itanka inyu azinyolozi. Tulwera banzobu inakwe banzobu hetebeza banywa mateni. Beza basanza ni bana babo mateni kulwera kakuli ni gwato wina hafuhi. Chale koko tarusa kuti ne ng'ombe z'abantu bana basana batwali kuchana zizazinywanga habaleta balisana beza banywa nizinyoro zizonse po zizazinywa nizirwerera mukati genzubo kokutia chale koko tarusa kuti muso tulitumere kakuli babubikira abantu matanka kono mezi na hateni twaseberisa kwitirera fyazi samuze tuza hamunzi no kushanisa tusuba ni hekenge tusuba tusamba hateni tusinyeha imemanikani anywi nanga bamwe kabanywi batwikere nawo kakuli makuku tukukwami na amenzi kanyiwa kono twitirera safera zisamuze tuza magadeni ni magadeni bulyo tulitumere muso babalera abantu bawo kono ze tukumbira kuti imwe inako ni batuhupule batubikire menzi beze batusakire hena amenzi akola anywiwa hikisaka kuli amwe hikisenko kwateni isanduka luli katizi kapanje mihisi yazisamu kapa makoba azisamu abakuwanga kwa kale twale kukutarusa kuti nanga hambumbi tubakwitirera nga zisamu zetu itanka iseberiswa na masola itanka yateni kaina yaka injini
wakwina mubukabwa ahulu bakunywa menzi hano hamunzi wetu kwina mulongo au hita kwikondoku uya hei ne pompi na hana bena lifasi njikutarusa kuti heba menzi chakosola abakusikanga munu muchizuba buti hamwe bamangi ahulwese munu muntu ngaba kawina bwato konywi menzi njikutarusa kuti tuwanga ni tuyenda na heshiri hana tukateka menzi utenge ine chipero buti hamu terera munzu tiromowa siulu chintu chiba kutiza ahulu inzoka nitugwena zana njikutarusa kuti tubalike kukumbira luli kulira ku munso mani munso chiwazuwe nkulo kuchisa chibatu itaba chibeza kutuhanzikira naswe tanka ina kuna kuti itanki itumihanzikira hantu nano mukunywa njikuti ine tanka ina kuna isebeza habe na mbanga haba eliza no kuna kubena minyoyi njikuti tukopanere hei tanka ina
looking at is in terms of administration. We emphasize the importance of ensuring, and when we talk about decentralization, we also talk about having offices which are established within various regions in terms of the capital being Katima Mulilo, and also looking at ensuring that there are various offices which are established in our various constituencies. And here we should also confirm that we have our motor MVA office, which was inaugurated and is currently fully functional, allowing our citizens who need the services, who have been involved in accidents and so on, and who need the services of MVA to be able to access these services locally within Katima Mulilo. Another area is the issue of the magistrate office, which has been a challenge for so many years. And we have been fortunate that this office was inaugurated and has now been established in the course of last year to provide the necessary services. And we are always saying that with the fully fledged office of the magistrate, they are able to now deliver. There's always a saying that justice delayed is justice denied. And sometimes some of the challenges was where to ensure that we have enough courtrooms where we some of these cases can be heard, particularly when we talk about our minors, when we look at children's courts and some of these issues. These are areas which need to be taken seriously to ensure that our young affected victims sometimes are able to appear within the required privacy and within the required mandate of the law.
Zambezi is one of the Namibian regions boasting an abundance of resources, which has the ability to fully contribute to the country's GDP. With the development attained in recent years, there are still some areas which the government has to improve in order to accommodate everyone.